Hello everyone, this is Shabana. Today I bring one of the topic which is known as the English speaking enhancing tips. Okay, actually I bring some skills are there which is very helpful to you to be improve English or getting the command of any language. Not only the English, of any language you getting the command. That means these skills are very important. Let's see what are the skills are there. And LSRWT. Okay, these are all actually the short form. I will be elaborate to you. Okay, these skills are very important. Actually, it's a formula to be learn any language. That means this formula you have to be focus on it. If you not skip, if you skip any steps or any skills, that means you're not able to getting command of any language. Okay, let's see here. I want to be elaborate this one. Okay, in here L is stand for listening, and S is for speaking, and R for reading, and W for writing, and T for thinking. These are five skills are very important if you want to be improve yourself and getting the command on English. Especially actually nowadays it's craze to get the command on English, so that's why I'm using in here especially English. But it is not for only English, it is for all any kind of language. If you want to learn, that means these skills are very important. Okay, I want to elaborate one by one. Let's see. First I will take listening. Listening is the art, and if you are mastery in it, surely you are going to be a great speaker. A good listener is always a good speaker. So listening English every day, at least 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. So in a listening, what happened now, you have to be listen how to do any vocabulary, how to be pronounce it, the pronunciation of the vocabulary. And so you have to be having get the pronunciation, proper pronunciation of any vocabulary. That means you having a good command on listening. You have to be listen what is the pronunciation of the word, and what is going on, how to be pronounced. Okay, the listening is very important skill and the basic skill. Okay, I'm telling you. If I say about the next skill, which is known as the for speaking. In a speaking skill, if I say, we must take every day in English in order to achieve fluency. So many people are afraid because speaking, because they are shy what other people will think. If I will make mistakes are very common. Yeah, don't worry about the mistake and just try to express yourself. In the beginning, everybody do the mistakes. Okay, thinking about it. Okay, and what I'm trying to telling in here, in the sense, in the beginning speaking, when you have to going to be convey, when you pronounce any word, that means it's maybe if it is a and the first time you have to using, that means mistakes happen. Okay, don't think much more. Okay, do the mistakes, you have to learn lot of the things. Okay, so you have to go to be learn from the mistakes, and all you have to do the mistakes, I'm telling you. And then if in the beginning it is everybody doing a mistake, very well, and always try to make the new friends who are willing to improve their English as practice with them as much as possible. Okay, you make that friend circle, you have to be convey, you have to be interact with each other in this in the English language, and speak. Okay, this process is going on, it very help you to be enhancing command and reducing that hesitation and all. Okay, do the mistake, don't think much more about the mistake. First time you are doing the mistake, second time how you going to be doing the mistake, in the third time, maybe in the fourth time, you can be recognize what the mistake is going on, how to be reduce that mistakes. Okay, you do have to do, it will help you to be reduce it. Okay, so next one is R for reading. Reading is also a art. It is not necessary if you will read too lot we will improve the faster. Okay, it is not like that. You're reading lot of the pages in a day, 200 pages, 300 pages, that means you're getting the command on it. No, it's not like that. Okay, if you read pages but you can't learn something new, it is better to read 2 pages and read carefully, I'm telling you, and do not try to remember, try to understand. Once you understand them, you don't need to remember. Okay, what you're going to be read now, you have to when you have to going to be read now, that time you have to be point out which is the main vocabulary or new vocabulary you find on the reading. Okay, you note down that vocabulary and try to be make the sentence on the vocabulary and try to speak vocabulary in your conversation with other person. Okay, these are all steps which help you to be improve. And another next I want to go to be explain, which is known as W for writing. So in writing, in reading part, you read 2 pages you have to take 8 to 12 correct grammatical sentence, okay, from those pages which you read already, okay, from that pages you have to take, and you have to write down in your notebook, okay, what sentences you have taken from the reading while you are reading. Not only the vocabulary, you take whole sentence, like say from 8 to 12 sentences you have to bring from that book and write down, and you have to find how they write and how they convince the message in a grammatical way, how it is. This kind of things you have to observe on it, and it is also help you how to be improve yourself. And then another thing is there, try to remember whole sentence rather than the individual word, okay, don't with the meaning, okay, that is also okay, with the meaning you have to be here, understand what the whole sentence is trying to telling you, okay. It's help you to be, what happened now, it is getting the fluency. If you want to get the fluency on it, that means that whole sentence you have to be here, read it and with a meaningful way and to be understand it, okay, because because if you know the complete sentence, then you can speak it very quickly, okay. So you have to do that. One thing is there, write down on the sentence along with the vocabulary, the new individual vocabulary, and you have to read the sentence also in a careful way now and to be understand it, okay. Next we see about the most important skill, which is known as thinking. Yeah, as for the thinking, what I'm telling you, it is most important skill actually. Lot of the people, what they're doing, they are making ourselves to know, today I want to be get this skill of the any getting the command of any language. They are thinking only listening, speaking, reading and writing, not thinking about thinking, how to be think, how actually it is a basic for me. It's a, it's a foundation like for us to be convinced the message and all. When we have to started to think in English, that means our mind become a very active to convey the message and all. If we have, what we have to doing, but in our India especially, what we have to do, first when we have to speak, going to speak no any, especially in India, in English, what we do, we have to thinking in Hindi or our native language, what are the native language we having, and then it's translate into the English, and then we have go to be convey the message or the information what we having. So it's take time, okay. Better you have to think in English and to tell in English, okay. These things I do, and I think it is very important part of speaking English, because whatever you can think, you can speak, is it? So make a habit to think in English. Everything takes time, okay. In that beginning it will be difficult, but when you will practice and practice, it will be it's a part of your memory, and once it become your habit, then English will become naturally from your mouth, okay. You have to think, okay. For example, if I say in the earlier it's not happen, okay, we have to take some small sentences, okay. For example, I will go to the door, open the door, okay, someone is calling me, I want to call someone. This kind of sentence, don't think in Hindi or in your native language, think in English and try to do that activities according to what you have planned in your mind. On the base of the plan, the plan is also in English, remember that. The plan, according to the plan, you have to do that activity. It help you, your mind has to be the translation which has been doing from Hindi to English, it reducing day by day. And if you having the command on thinking in English, that means you're getting the command on speaking English, okay. These are all the skills which is very important. I feel it help you. And some tips I want to give in here, like as a confidence. Most of all, it is very important. You get the confidence when you speaking to someone in front of them. Yeah, if he or she having the good English, to admire them, but don't let them to you down, okay, in front of them, okay. How much you knowledge having, how much vocabulary you having, you spoke, okay. That is thing you have to keep in your mind. The confidence is very important, okay. So believe on yourself. No one is come to help you, okay, until you help yourself, okay. To believe on yourself in a confidence way, and you have to be speak, okay, one thing. And consistency, it is very necessary. Consistency, that means one time you are having thinking about yourself, yeah, I want to be go today, vacuumly I can be get the vocabulary and all, okay. One day you are doing that in one thing, another day you have to do, third day, and the fourth day you have to become a lazy. Don't do that, okay. Consistency is very important. Actually, consistency is the key for the success, okay. The consistency you having in any field, that means it's definitely getting the success. So consistency is very important, go for it, okay. Another thing is dedication. whatever the work you want to do, that dedication is very important. You have to give your precious time on to speaking English, to writing, reading, listening, speaking and thinking. Okay, give your precious time to these skills. It help you to be improve yourself. Okay, and one thing is the most important, passion toward to learn some in English, to learn English, and patience. Okay, these are all the steps. I feel very good things to be improve yourself. Another thing is when we have to speaking vocabulary do the vital role. So you have to be improve your vocabulary. So you have to take two books, and I'm always suggesting to everyone, take no vocabulary. You have to write down like a pocket vocabulary, like that book, like that you have to keep it in there. You have to write the vocabularies, and daily you have to revise the vocabularies from the first page onwards to how many pages you written now, that much you have to daily have to revise that vocabularies. And then what you have to do now, that vocabularies you have to be used for single vocabulary at least 3 or 4 sentence, which are the sentence are in your around surrounding. Okay, in your common conversation you want to be use that vocabulary. Okay, you have to make the sentence not only writing way, you want to be use it vocabulary in your daily basis in your conversation. Definitely I'm telling you, these steps are very help you to be enhancing any language, not only English also, remember that. And I'm okay, thank you for watching my video. Hopefully my tips help you. Okay, bye, thank you.